Punctured tire. A man was driving his car on the way from New York to Boston. Only at the end of the trip he did discover that one of his car's tires had been punctured from the very beginning. Still, he managed to reach his destination successfully, and his journey wasn't affected by this problem. How it's possible? How it is possible? Think about it. The punctured tire was the spare one. Enrique Ploy, a mega company director, returned from lunch and discovered that his safe and broke into and all the money had been taken from it. Inside he saw a note. Don't even consider calling the police. Well, the man did exactly the opposite. He called the police and told them, suspecting that his half brother David was to blame. One of the police officers visited David and asked him several questions, but the man showed the detective his right arm, which was in a cast. Look, I broke my arm just a couple of days ago. I couldn't get into my brother's office or write a note. The police officers had nothing to do but leave and decided to have lunch and cafe across the road from David's apartment. Half an hour later, Detective noticed the man leaving home, and the very moment the detective realized that the brother was guilty after all, and rushed to the arrest him. How did he understand? Think about. The police officer noticed that while leaving the apartment, David had the cast not on his right but on his left arm. And he's smart enough. One day, a cute new guy, Tom, joined Katie's class. All her classmates had a crush on him. He clearly knew about his popularity, but whatever they Tom didn't pay attention to everyone. This affection. His eyes were only for Kate. She's always liked him a lot, but she wanted to make sure it wasn't just cute but the smart one. So when they stayed alone in the classroom, Kate walked up to the whiteboard, took a marker and wrote 1 to 8. Square root sign 980. Jackson smiled. Kate knew he cracked and he riddled him. Can you? Oh my goodness. That shit is mathematically this riddle doesn't make any sense, but if you wipe the upper half of the whole expression, you get I love you. Takes a video of a week on Find Manager. Mark, Jim, and Bob work as the manager in the same office. One day of them is fired and one gets a promotion. The remaining manager wants to resign at the first, but then changes his mind. You know that the one who was fired is older than the rest and is single. Jim's younger than the manager who's decided to stay at work, and he doesn't know about the wife who was fired. Think about. It's not Tim because he's younger than the manager who stays. It's also not Bob because he's married. It means that Mark has been fired, Jim hasn't got a promotion, and Bob has decided to stay in his position.